Off to the police station we go. I think I understand the clue here. Because one of the items we picked up when we were searching her room was there was a Randall-oriented search warrant. So last time she very specifically was like, it's been there since last century. This Enterprise property. Maybe you should Google it. And this time they're like, yo, there's a search warrant. You know who puts out search warrants? The cops. Hello, cop. So let's see if we can find anything about that search warrant. If I can find where the searches happen. There, oh, there he goes again. He always disappears when I walk in. Oops. Wow, we have a lot going on here. There we go. There we go. Salvation Harbor. District, Salvation Harbor. Search the premises of Randall Glass Works. Interrogate the suspect, Gaunter Randall. Suspect? Suspicious activity. Complaints. Name, Gaunter Randall. Alias, Davis Miles. Mirror Maker. Male. Unknown age. Residence, fled the city. Last known location, Oakmont, Massachusetts, northern Old Grove, the corner of Wind Half Avenue and Goldbridge Road. Suspected of disrupting public order, subversive behavior, and counterfeiting. Let's see if we can find this. Northern Old Grove, Wind Half, and Goldbridge. Wind Half and Goldbridge, right there. There we go. Alright, back to it. We're on the path again. I kind of find myself wanting like a longer level to play through of some sort. You know what I mean? Like we haven't really had a level. Or the equivalent of like a dungeon. Some place where like go and infiltrate an environment and like solve puzzles along the way maybe, and like here's a combat encounter, maybe even a boss fight. I know that kind of sounds ridiculous, but I don't know, the gameplay loop is getting really repetitive, I'm noticing. And I'm definitely starting to get that feeling of like, yeah, I get it about the general gameplay loop, which is go to location on map, click on, well, first clear the building, which is deal with the 2 to 8 enemies that come charging at you. Then clear the building by painstakingly clicking on every interactive object. And then one of those objects tells you where to go next, or the quest is over. And that kind of loop isn't the most engaging loop, especially when the game seems to be dead set on really leaning on it as being almost its only mechanic. Like that little 20-minute loop has been repeating a number of times now, enough times that I would hope for something else to do. Maybe that's my mistake for playing side content. Maybe the side content is just kind of dragging down the experience. Because the 2 quests I've done so far were a bit more interesting. Maybe just the mistake is that I'm not focusing exclusively on the main story. But that's always a bummer too, because I want to find out the side things and find out little details about what's going on and so on, so it'd be kind of a bummer to skip on that. Is this... I think it is. Yeah. I believe this is Throgmorton's estate and also the same building that I was in a moment ago. Yeah, he had a statue there and a statue there, and then this door opened to be his built. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of floor plans in the city. So the archivist who died lived in a building just like this one, and I think so does Throgmorton. I think I'm in the wrong building. Oh yeah, this is Throgmorton's house. This is his father's room. Not literally Throgmorton's house, obviously, but I mean, like, it's the same place. Redecorated a bit. Yeah, they let me in, but I'm not sure this is Randall's place. Somebody's doing figure drawings and clay modeling or something. Yeah. That's an unusually modern looking shelf, isn't it? They love to play around with that nowadays. Having it some kind of dominant minor shape that makes up the entirety of a piece of furniture. Alright. Well, that would have been my guess, but maybe it's across the street or something. Not glowing. Hey, Randall. Where did you live, sir? Oh, God. This is the place. And it's in bad shape. Stop. Stop. Stop living. You can't see me. There we go. Would anyone else like to come out? Oh, no, it's just the goopy noise. That's the goopening. The goopening is happening.
These have been here a while.
I think everything here has been here for a while.
These have been here a while.
Ah. No. Maintain sanity.
Where does one find a miniature coffin like this?
You can make your own. It's a fun crafts project. Fun, I say. Oh, I haven't seen these guys for a bit. How you guys doing? Just come down here. There won't be any horrible monsters trying to murder you at all. It's a completely safe basement. Oh my god, how many floors are there? He was praying to the wall, looks like. Okay. What was that? What was that? Besides not real, apparently. Even that shit out. Ah. That was a pretend ambush. Oh my god. Quite the property you've got, sir.
Life can be cruel.
Oh, it's a child's coffin.
Would have made a better father proud. What the? No, my head. Damn it. I can't.
Nope, that's not real. Are we still trending downward? Do I need to leave? I think I need to leave. So my character gets to a better space. Concentrate. We're good. We're good, buddy. You're good. Just delete that marker. We're good. Good. You know, let's not play with mirrors anymore. Okay, you know, we found the main place. Let's go and poke around the other floors. There might just be other notes and evidence around that I haven't seen because I skipped straight through it all when I was following those guys. There's the front door. That's where we found it all. Eligible bachelor. Francis Throgmorton, the city's darling scholar and adventurer, is once again a most eligible bachelor. The divorce court hearing took place this Thursday. No press were allowed in the courtroom, but the results were made public immediately after the ruling. Bethany Throgmorton's deteriorating mental health was deemed sufficient reason to terminate the couple's marriage. There's been enough mourning, says Francis. While exiting the courtroom, our son Hammond's death was a tragedy, but we must stay strong. It's a pity that Bethany could not. Wow. What a piece of shit. That is not the heartfelt response to that at all. That is just... Man, what a fucking loser. Sad about her son dying. Get over it. Jesus. That's his, like whatevs. It's no big deal. Just I killed him. But he couldn't even put on a public face that made him seem like not an asshole. He's like, he just was outwardly garbage about it. But I guess that was it back then. Occult Tome. A simple warding spell can be created through the application of sympathetic magic. To establish a chord that affects an entity, one must find a similar entity that has a powerful bond with the other.
Somebody's been doing their homework.
Yeah, they have. Somebody wants to get their son back.
His manor into a museum of vintage mirrors, collected over many decades.
But now that guy lost his collection, and then he got murdered when Bethany sent people after him.
And the biggest mirror exhibition in the history of Oakmont, including Master Randall's finest creations.
A lot of newspapers. Continually surprised by how many people have just like bundles of them around.
There. As long as this mirror stays whole, you will be safe, baby boy. Safe, while I find a way to free you.
Uh-oh. Sounds like I could very abruptly put an end to this whole thing if I decided to.
These rites, they might buy me time.
Where? Oh, yeah, it's probably all the way, it's probably at the coffin, right?
I will get you out, Hammond. There has to be a way.
Time to piece this one together.
I will get you out, Hammond. There has to be a way.
Is the order of these three events really even crucial to understanding what's going on here? It's not a crime scene.
These rites, they might buy me time.
Like we're not really establishing a timeline, so this is a weird exercise. It's nothing like the earlier examples where it's like, what we need to make sense of the chaos of this bloody crime scene and figure out what happened here.
There. As long as this mirror stays whole, you will be safe, baby boy. Safe while I find a way to free you.
Bethany set up some sort of barrier to buy time while she tries to free Hammond. I could remove it by destroying her ritual mirror.
Calm down, guy with a gun. Am I gonna see that exact guy with that exact gun at some point in the game? Or is he like a nonsensical, weird thing? So is he currently recommending that I destroy the mirror? I must smash it to lift the barrier. There is a barrier protecting the mirror, designed to keep it safe until Bethany can find a way to free her son. So the hand mirror is protecting it. I thought the hand mirror had her son in it. Whoops. Am I doing it wrong? So it's standing inside of this circle that seems to damage me. Set a ritual with a hand mirror to keep up the spell. I must smash it to lift the barrier. Yeah, I thought it was the hand mirror. But I seem to be unsuccessful in smashing it. Do I have to shoot it? Yes, you do. But for whatever reason, the shovel just doesn't work. Okay. Well, that's that. Now I should be able to reach it. We are committed. And Throgmorton is completely clueless to the life. This is all his family, and it's two people he's clueless about the existence of.
You can't have him. I won't let you. You can't take the mirror. You hear me?
Bethany, calm down, please. I mean you no harm.
No, you won't take my child. Not again. I won't let you.
The I won't cause you any harm. I don't mean you any harm argument might hold more water if you hadn't just like destroyed the protective barrier. It's kind of an act of aggression at that point.
It's okay. We can talk about this. I know the mirror is important to you.
It's my son. My son. His soul, his very being trapped in the mirror. cold, hungry, scared for decades. It's... okay, it's so hard to understand. His body is dead, but his soul is frozen in glass, unable to move on or return without help. Oh, Francis thought this was merciful. Oh, the wretch.
What do you mean to do then?
I can call Hammond back into his own body. Don't judge me. This may seem unnatural, but we will be together. Everything is ready. I'm sure it will work. I only need to break the mirror to release him.
I can't go back empty-handed.
And I won't leave without my son.
Oh boy. Why again was... I'm trying to remember, why was Throgmorton so interested in this mirror that coincidentally happens to have his own sibling's soul inside of it? Was it specific... Was the, was it just a family mirror that he cared about? Trying to remember the details that were there. Because he was trying to buy it. All things considered, he might kind of understand the gravity of the situation. It's like, yeah, by the way, it was your brother was trapped inside the mirror and had to be awoken out into his body and so on. Of course, one more concern is just the idea that if I let her do this, it's probably just going to result in an eldritch abomination murdering her, essentially. When the morphed and destroyed and obliterated soul of a scared child that's been abandoned for decades is allowed back into an undead body. I'm not thinking that's going to go great. I'm not gonna lie, while this has been happening, I got really distracted by the bricks in the background. Those look strange. Like they wanted to have a partially destroyed wall, but like the solid chunks cut out of it don't match the texture work of the bricks, so it's just like a weird zigzag of cut up polygons. I'm kind of just staring at it, the details. I'm like, what's going on there? What would cause a wall to be shaped like that? Huh. I get the feeling she'll die and everything will go worse. I don't know. So I guess the question is, do I have the heart to try to, like, rip this mirror out of the hands of a poor old woman who might attack me in the process and die? But if I've been doing I have been taking steps to, like, kind of trying to reduce the amount of eldritch nonsense happening in this town. Like, for example, not letting the people from the bottom of the ocean essentially infect the population up here with their madness. And her behavior countermines that a bit. There's also just definitely a universe where people are just aware of the fact that, like, magic exists, essentially. And not even, like, just recently, but, like, this is something that happened decades ago. Like, this is a thing that this guy just figured out how to do. No big deal. I don't know, I feel like Throgmorton might understand the extenuating circumstances. We'll see.
Okay. Well, I guess you've got the right to try. Go ahead. I'll have to find some way to sweet-talk Robert.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh no. That made me go a bit crazy. That made me go a bit crazy. Are they still coming after me? Go away, you're not real. Cut it out. Did she do it? I immediately lost like 100% of my sanity. She totally did it already. The mirror is broken. Oh. I can always say that it was broken when it got... I can say that it broke when it was stolen.
Life can be cruel.
Are we just... What the f...
Oh, thank you so much, newcomer. You made the right choice.
Are we just... Wait, no, we're not going to resolve this? How are you just ignoring his cries right now? You've so obsessively wanted to rescue him, yet now he's inside of a coffin beating on it and crying, and you're just sitting there. I wanted to see what level this was on, like, what kind of nightmare is it? Like, is it something that has to be stopped, or is it going to actually be a revived person or not? But it seems like they're content to have me leave and just wonder what I just did, and that's it. Whereas I was planning on being more of a supervisor in this situation and potentially acting further as it was resolved. But I guess they didn't want to... Yeah. They probably didn't want to animate and render whatever the zombie baby is. And it is creepier when it's just in a coffin and doesn't come out and you just hear it and you're like, what does that mean? It's like it's like the chained up fridge from PT. It's like that kind of thought. But the problem is that in universe, her personality, like, I have no reason to think that she would just sit idly by while that's happening. So while it's a creepy visual and sound and everything, like, I don't believe for a minute that she'd be just sitting idly by when her long lost child is crying in a box. So that's weird. That she's not, like, going to him immediately. Oh, right. We're already on the same continent. Or, not continent, the same landmass. So, I could have just... It probably would have been faster just to run south. I went for the nearest waypoint, as opposed to what made most sense was making the shortest path to Throgmorton. Can't you replace glass? Unless he also wanted it for ritual purposes. Like, you could just fix the glass. The frame's here, so that's like that's like the unique part of the mirror in my book. The rest of it's just glass you can put back in.
I was too late. The mirror. I found it broken.
What? No. How? How could this happen? Oh, my brother, my poor brother. I expected better from you, Mr. Reed. By gay, I did. No, Drock, just go. Leave me to my ghosts.
Wait, you knew about your brother? Why can't I just tell him what happened? Huh. There's no choice to elaborate on what's going on there.
I'm not in the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed.
Well, shit. My poor brother. Maybe he had a better plan for the whole thing. Well, that was distressing. Gas. Lights are still on. Is there actually a place that still has gas these days? I'm guessing not. No, this stuff looks like it's moving at all. Nah. No, I'm not thinking this place worked out these days.